Hey guys, I'm back, and I got something that I think is pretty exciting today, and I'm doing this video in between rainstorms, so I'm hoping I'll get it done. But what I have today is a homemade, handmade knife sent in by a viewer. Gentleman who's been watching the channel for a while. I remember him specifically because, well, he comments often, and good comments, right? I like his comments, but he asked for a shout out and challenged me to pronounce his name correctly. And I tried it 3 different ways, and I boned it up every single time. But he was good enough on the little piece of paper he sent with the knife to spell it phonetically for me so I could get it right. But he sent me a homemade knife that he made. He's a new knife maker, right? So this is one of his early attempts. So this is not going to be a spit shined and polished, you know, it's still, I've already looked at it. It's well done. And when you hear kind of what he's working with and how he's doing it, it's solid. It is. It might not be, honestly, the prettiest bell at the ball, but it's a solid knife, especially from a new maker who's, you know, you guys don't normally see the custom knives I make because it's kind of like between me and the person that orders them. He was also good enough to send lollipops for the kids, which, of course, is a class act in my book, when you remember the boys are always involved in this. So anyway, we're going to take a look at this knife. I feel honored that he chose kind of me to show it off and to present it to everybody. All right, so Stumpy's a little bit wet again in the rain. We've got the knife. I'm gonna unveil it in a second. Let's talk a little bit about the maker though, and unfortunately the paper got a little bit wet. So this comes to me by a man named Matthew Oeser. He lives in upstate New York. He is what he describes himself as a small-time blacksmith. He works with reclaimed materials. Number one, because you can find some really great knife making materials that way, but also kind of cleaning up his little local environment. So the knife we have today is made out of, let me get this right, a leaf spring from a Ford F550. Right? Specifically, it's 5160 steel. We'll talk about that in a minute. But he makes knives, tools, little blacksmith trinkets. He makes bottle openers, but he swears he'll never put one on a knife, and has even used the hashtag there. No more bottle openers. We'll talk about the dimensions. I'll put it in text. He's got a nice little logo for Oeser Farms. Now again, when you're working with, you know, reclaimed metal, and leaf spring is, so especially 5160. 5160 is a great steel. It's got a high carbon content, high chromium content. It's very tough steel, so working with it can be a real challenge just right off the bat. It's got great fatigue resistance, and you know, it's a spring steel, so it's got some life to the blade. It's not likely to chip. It's got a little bit of give in it. Personally, you know, I like a knife that looks 2 ways: either very polished, very refined, and very finished, or one that looks like this. That is like, I just made it, it just came off my workbench, here you go. So this to me has the absolute look of something that somebody put blood, sweat, and tears into to produce themselves. You can see it's got a really nice thick spine there. It's got a pretty good weight. Weight and balance is good. The design, I love that he put the jimping forward there for your thumb. Great placement. It has a great convex edge on it. I know you can't, I don't know if the camera's gonna really focus on that, but very evenly ground. The handle, he told me in here, the handle is made of elm with brass pins. You can see file work that he did going all the way down. And it looks like it would just, sorry Stumpy, I gotta do this to you. It's got a really nice weight and leverage. Just put a little cord on there. Alright, so. Okay, the edge might need a little bit of refining. Got a piece of paper that I've kept in my pocket to keep it nice and dry. So, the edge could use a little refining, and that's, you know, that's all right. If we needed to cut though, it works. I just think it's really cool that somebody's getting into the world of producing their own knives and finding out how much fun it can be. So what I might do is I don't intend to alter this in any way except maybe just refine the edge a little bit there. I don't know. Matthew, you didn't tell me if I'm supposed to send this back or if this is mine. Whatever you want, you just let me know. What I would like to do is just, you know, give it a little workout. I love the aesthetic of it. I don't want to change that at all. This thing has character already built into it. You know, it tells the story of I was something and now I am something else. Anyway, Matthew, thank you, like, honestly, for the honor of getting to see your work and present it. So what does everybody else have to say about it? Now, there's going to be some haters. There's going to be some negative comments. I know there are. There always are. I challenge you to try to make your own first, you know. Anyway, I'm proud to be able to show this off. Again, thanks, Matthew Oeser, not Esser, Easer, Oeser, all the other things I pronounced, for letting us take a look at this. Right here. Whoa, you okay?
Yeah, go over here.
I'm going over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa, look at that cool tank. What do you want to tell people about your tank?
The guy.
The guy? What about the guy?
Showing everybody my guy.
You're showing everybody your guy?
Yeah.
There's your guy. What does your guy say? Oh, he shoots me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So, and another guy had a gun.
Another guy has a gun?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really love the way this thing looks. I wouldn't do anything with this. Number one, it's not my knife. So I wouldn't presume to go and change anything around on it. The only thing I would do, if I was going to work on this, is I would just refine the edge a little bit. And, you know, make it nice and sharp and go on a chopping fiesta. Because this thing, the weight and balance on it is great. And with that jimping right there, it just, you get a really great grip on it. I just go chopping all around. But the thing is, I haven't been told if Matthew would like me to return this, or if I get to keep this, or what. So I need to know what you want me to do. What's the intent here? But what do you guys think of this? And, you know, I know that there's going to be some people that are going to post some hate comments, because there always are. But I would say to those folks, you try it. Especially working with reclaimed materials, you know, working with, you know, metal that's already been hardened, and it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Very nice job. And I think that as he works more and does more, I think that we're going to see some really beautiful pieces coming out of that workshop. Really cool. All right, guys. So yeah, please do share some comments. If you have any questions or anything for Matthew himself, he can be reached right here at that email address. Cool. I hope you like seeing this. Something from a viewer. That's awesome. I love that this came from a viewer and not a company somewhere. It's pretty sweet, right? All right, guys. Oh, clouds going away. I see some dark clouds coming, so looks like I'm ending this just in time. But as always, you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will be back again real soon.